what's up? How y'all doing? I don't feel like doing no videos today. I just don't. Just don't. You wanna know why? You really wanna know why? I don't feel like doing videos. I'm tired. I tell you. For the last 2 weeks! I know it gotta be 2-3 weeks. I don't even know. I had to be like 1, 2, 3. All I know, I've been doing videos back to 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 back. On people being shot and killed. Either shot or shot and killed. And the majority of the shooters and the persons that got shot, of course, minorities, blacks. Let me ask you all a question. This goes out, this is a special shout out to all my NIGGASs, the ones that keep it real in the streets. The ones that got a rap sheet, They got bodies that, they're known in the streets. Hi, how you doing? I'm just a regular guy. I'm not a thug. I'm not violent whatsoever. I'm a regular citizen, a U.S. citizen. I would just like to ask you all, thug people, when do y'all take breaks? And another question too is, where are you all gonna be each and every day so I can avoid from being in the midst of you or being around you? I don't want to get, hit by a straight bullet. I don't want to get hit by a bullet that was really intended on hitting you. I just need to know. Straight up. Because I'm not into changing you. I'm not into making you a better man or woman. I don't care about that. What I care about is just the safety, my well-being and the safety of my family. That's it. That's where I'm at right now. I'm not on no Michael Jackson heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the whole human race. It's the world. And what's the other song? We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that were the better place. Stop. I was a child back then. I'm an adult now. So I'm not into that. I'm not into healing the world or none of that. I know just how NIGGASs are. And at the end of the day, I just want to avoid them. That's it. That plain and simple. And I listen to what you so-called middle class folks have said. You all have said stay out of the big cities because that's where all of the big crime and all the rest of that stuff happens. Well, guess what? This happened, 4 teenagers that died and 28 people that got hurt. This happened in a small town in the state of Alabama. So it's proof in the pudding that, let's just be real, niggas travel. They live everywhere. They go to the mall. For some odd reason, NIGGASs do regular, normal stuff that regular, normal people do, with the exception of just, on a Saturday. I don't know when it happened. But with the exception on a Saturday night, normal people, us folks are watching Netflix. The husband's downstairs popping microwavable popcorn. But no. Not the NIGGASs. They're loading up their magazines, or should I say, let's keep it straight up slang. They're loading up their choppers, sticks, blickies, ready to drive by a teenage party and shoot it up. Yo, I'm not trying to be funny, and there's no disrespect towards Stevie Wonder. This is not an attack towards you. This is not a, like me trying to be funny towards you, but it's just the truth. You might as well had 5 Stevie Wonders inside the damn car when they shot up that party. And it's obvious they had an intended target. But instead of them getting out of the car and listen, let me tell you something. I'm not violent and I'm not a criminal. I'm just saying, to prevent anyone else from getting injured. That's what that's the reason why I'm giving this scenario. They could have got out the car, went inside the damn party, got who they needed to get to come out, drive down the street, pop, and then kept it moving. Four teenagers, 2 of the teenagers. One of them was an A honor roll, a female. The other one was a aspiring football athlete, or I don't know. You know, he was supposed to be, like this big time football player, playing for Jacksonville State, if I'm not mistaken. Now they burying their kids. The parents are. Matter of fact, to be real with you, the parent of the football player that I just talked about was a chaperone. So the mother was the mother of the deceased football player, she was actually at the party and she got shot. Yo, let me explain something to you. I understand that racism is real and it's alive. It's alive. It's crazy. I have the option of reporting on some teens that got shot and killed in Alabama or in the Bronx, or I can report on the teenager I think he was 14 years old, that got shot in the head by the 84-year-old white guy. It's like we're being attacked from everywhere. And man, I'm at the point now, the way that I teach my children, you know what I'm saying? Because my mind is already made up. The way that I teach my children is no one's a friend. No one. No one's a friend. That you can't trust anyone nowadays. And now, in this day and time, instead of, trust to be given to you, in this day and time, you gotta earn my trust. You gotta prove to me that you're worthy of being around me, that you're not gonna be a liability. And that's real talk. Because at the end of the day, man, let's just be real. If the tables would turn and you were non-black and a black person moved into your neighborhood, be real, how would you feel? How would you feel? And your source of information and knowledge is the news. You might have a white friend that might have a black friend. Your source of information when it comes to African Americans is very limited. What are you gonna do? What choice are you gonna make? Oh, I know what I would do if I was a non-black, and I'm black. I'm black speaking. You know what I'm saying? Coming from a black point of view. I'm gonna tell you what I would do if I was non-black. I would believe the stereotypes, and I would stay away until I would be able to naturally be connected with a black person. Like, take for example, if I had a black coworker, you know what I'm saying? Or if the black person moved in my neighborhood and they were my next door neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that person was out there cutting their grass one day and I might have asked them about their grass or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have to be a natural situation. Other than that, I wouldn't. If I didn't need to interact with black folks, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Because of the fact of the negative connotations that's been coming from the news, the movies, the TV commercials, the regular TV shows. It's just too much. My hands are off. You know what I'm saying? Because what white America shows to non-blacks on a daily basis, when it comes to black people, is that black people are violent, destructive, not smart, and hypersexual. Yo, man, I've been a teenager before, and I know what it's like to be around black teenagers. The peer pressure is real. And I'm not trying to bash my race, because there's a whole lot of fuckery going on in all different races. I go to the Y. And let me tell you something about them little white girls in the Y. Every now and then they get caught in the boys' bathroom. You want me to go on with that story? So just when you think, oh yeah, I'm talking about black people and black teenagers and black people killing each other and all the rest of that stuff, don't think that your race, you non-blacks, don't think just because I'm talking about blacks like you all are pure. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do any of the things that I'm talking about black people doing. No, it's not the case. It just so happens that this is a story that I'm covering. But yeah, man, I know exactly how black teenagers get down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I'm very skeptical about, my children having friends, because I know what I went through as a teenager. I know that I was pressured by males and females, to have sex. I was pressured into promiscuity. I was pressured into smoking weed and drinking. This is a reality. You know how they say oftentimes art imitates life? Well, let me tell you something about teenagers. Teenagers oftentimes imitate adults. And what adults do. And just imagine a teenage mind imitating adult actions. And I just don't want my teenagers to end up like a lot of my friends did. Pregnant, in drugs, dead. And it's a shame. I would tell you all out there that have children, be wary of where you drop your children off at. This is not the 90s, because nowadays, us 90s kids, we're the parents now. This is not the 90s anymore. In the 90s, you might have one shootout, out of the several house parties. Or, the clubs that we went to. I mean, there were shootouts. That was normal, but it wasn't like it is now. Yeah, I mean, we were good for some house parties. It was good for a club or two here and there. I mean, we had good clubbing nights or good weekends where there weren't any shootouts or killings. That's not the case nowadays. And nowadays, teenagers can get their hands on guns like this. And the solution is not to take away the guns from human beings, because guess what? Human beings would just use something else to kill other human beings with. So that is not the solution, to disarm your citizens. It's not the solution. Because if you disarm them with the guns, you got to take away the knives, you got to take away sharp objects. You basically had to treat the United States like a jail. That plain and simple. So you know what the solution is towards ending gun violence and just overall the problems that we have as a society? It's not one specific solution, man. There's several problems. So therefore, we need several solutions. It's not just one specific solution. It's just not. That's the reason why I'm making it relevant. You may not think it's relevant, but I'm making it relevant. This is relevant to me. That's the reason why I'm not religious. It's not, I just, in my opinion, I don't think it's possible for one man to come down and save everybody from all of this stuff that's happening. I'm not a monolithic thinker. I don't believe in a monolithic God. I don't believe in a monolithic race, religion. That's not how I operate. So there's just not like one solution. But I can tell you this. Whatever the solution may be, solutions, plural, may be, we're not working towards it. We're not. As a collective, as a whole, as one human race. And we're not working towards the solutions of ending violence, specifically gun violence, in the black community. We just say stupid shit like, why can't we get along? Or when is the violence gonna end? Or what's the next thing? I forgot what's the next thing we say. Next phrase. And if we're not doing that, we're out there marching. For what? I don't know. You know what I may do? The next march, because there's gonna be another killing. Either it's gonna be some black on black crime, or just what happened just a couple of days ago. 4 teens shot and killed and 28 others injured. There'll be something to it like that. And the next march or riot or whatever you want to call it, wherever it's going to be, I'm going to go to that march or riot. And in that march and riot, I'll just say march. I'm going to ask a few people, what are you marching for? I'm going to see what they say. Because I'm at the point now, man, like, whatever's trending, that's what people are going to do. And nobody's sincere. I'm not sincere. That whole Black Lives Matter movement, why? You non-blacks out there, why are you upset with that? Don't you understand black people didn't get anywhere with that. Like, that's the only reason why you have to be upset. Believing that Black Lives Matter campaign, put some money in our pockets. We got a few, scholarships to go to college off of the Black Lives Movement campaign. No, we didn't. At least not in the inner city. And if they were giving away scholarships for our students, our children to go to college, ain't enough. 4 teenagers are dead. 28 others are injured. Where are the answers? We need to do away with all of these conversations like, yo, Jay Morant, what are they gonna do about him? Yo, LeBron still got it? The Lakers, what are they gonna do in the playoffs? All of that doesn't matter. Some of you all priorities are. And that's another reason why we're never gonna come together. I've said this numerous times in these videos that I do. A lot of our black people priorities are mixed up. We're not on the same page. Straight up. What we prioritize on a daily basis as a race of our community, right, of people, it's all left, right, up, down, backwards. It's everywhere. Truth be told, there are black people that wake up every day that don't want to succeed, don't want to be anything in life. So yeah, man, I hate to tell it to you like this, but I gotta tell it to you like this. There'll be more stories like this. And if I'm not covering it, there'll be someone else on YouTube covering it. This is not gonna stop. The only time this will stop is when everything stops.